I'm on soft tyres. Are you kidding me? Hello everybody, I'm back in for the last 27 laps of this race, but didn't realise we were on the wet conditions. The whole lobby lagged at 27 laps to go, which is horrible for everybody, so I was allowed back in. However, I didn't realise that it was raining. It's crazy! I'm gonna let Sparks go because it's wet. It's so wet. I just have to stay on the racing line. It's very wet. Sparks letting me back in to do this last laps with them. It was awesome. Didn't have to. I appreciate everybody that was still in that race allowing me to come in here with them. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to race normally with these guys up until the last bit, and then I'm just going to pull to the side so I don't screw with any of the positions that these guys were actually racing in, because that's not fair on them. So but just to be here with them racing this last bit is good enough for me. These guys all deserve a medal. Oh my god, I'm off already. It's raining men. Woo! Hallelujah. And if this track's going to dry out, I have to check the radar. If so, I might be on the right. Very tired. Okay, it looks like the track's drying out, yeah. back in, perfect. Cheers, Tony, mate. Yeah, I appreciate that they let me back in. I still can't believe yesterday what happened. But I appreciate these guys allowing me back in to do this last bit with them. I'll race them properly till lap 26, and then I'll be pulling over to the side to let them maintain their actual positions of racing, which I feel is only fair. Yeah, exactly, Tony. So, 3 winners already got it, yeah. I mean, I'll race them, but I still don't want to take it away from anybody that was in 4th, 5th, and 6th, 7th. My God. Whoa, it's wet there. Is that more rain coming in? Oh my God. Well, what a last 27 laps that we're going to have. I need to make the thumbnail as well. I can get hits at some point. I think it just says the final push. That could be anything. I was in the Discord call with everybody, but I didn't know if they'd want their voices shared on stream, so I came to my own party. Aiden might be on intermediates. Didn't even get a chance to change the tyres. I'll follow you around there, Nielsen, it's wet. Going off-roading. Oh, someone's off already! Late one just touched the grass. Yeah, mate, Sparks just pressed go. I didn't even realise we were going. But I don't know if it's worth changing to inters before the track dries up, before that rain comes again. Can't believe the whole lobby lagged out. I mean, if it was going to do it, it could have done it the same lap I lagged out. That would have been great. Now, we'll call them polyphony, not polyphony. It looks like it's drying, Tony, but that dirty cloud in the top left of the weather there, I don't know, is that coming in quickly? Just have to stay on the wet line, on the dry line as best we can. Right, just let me pull up Sparks' stream. All of a sudden my Mac doesn't even understand Sparks Theory's name anymore. Of course. 153 watching on Sparks' stream, legends. I'll stick with it, stick out on the slick tyres. Hey Chaos, how you doing, mate? The track looks like it's going to dry sufficiently okay, so go for it. He says that as he goes crazy. Sparks on the wets. I guess he's getting on the softs now. It's a bit juicy there still. Nice to hear a voice to the name. Yeah, that's me, mate. Just have to be careful these next couple of laps, because things like that will happen in the wet when I'm on the softs. Get round, you big old savage. Sparks is going on the soft. It's just certain parts of the track which is still a little bit moist. I think Hayden was on the inters. I think he had the right idea. No way he's pulling 18 seconds on softs. Nielsen's in the wet there, okay, so he's got that time. Looking for the water. I stopped yesterday just there, so I got kicked out going around that bend, and the first and second Sparks were just parked to the side of the road. I knew it was game over then. Oh, Nielsen a bit, I think. Coming in here is where he's going to start pulling away a little bit this wet. Rubber down. Track is drying. Nielsen looking for the wet. Nielsen, beautiful. That was well saved there by Nielsen. That was awesome. Raining in the front boys now. wets. Yeah, Paul, the whole lobby lagged, mate, so Sparks and the guys were kind enough to let me back in. I'm going to race the guys as I would, but at the last lap I'm just going to pull over to the back so people can maintain their positions that they were actually in. That's the only fair way to do it, from my point of view anyways, for me. Yeah, mate, I couldn't believe that yesterday. I literally didn't speak to my wife for about 5 hours. I was sat in the games room, watching Big Bang Theory, mulling over my own thoughts about what could have been. You want some dinner? No! Leave me alone! Sparks is stream on down this straight. Bless him in the wet, look at his tyres. They're going to be chewed to pieces. I'm assuming they're coming in the pitch, yeah, they'll have to. Vinny's staying out, what a savage! Bless you in the rain, mate, there, that's tough for you. I'll get out of the way, mate, I'll pass you when it's convenient. I'm not gonna ruin things up for you. Go on, Vinny, let's race. If anyone is watching my stream and Vinny can hear, just tell him I'll pass him when I pass him, but for now I'm just racing him, give him a little bit of racing. I'm not going to screw with him, or at least gives a little excitement. Tyres are going to be getting absolutely chewed up here. They have to be. Again, I will be pulling over towards the end to let everybody regain everything that they had. Like it disappeared. It was a big cloud. I don't know where that went to. know where they're coming in. Fair enough. Disappeared. Went to the north. Oh, that's a bit wide. Slow down. Talk to the goose. Damn. Come on, come on! No, come on! About 3. Okay. Boom. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. All right. Try and put in a little bit of a lap. The whole video on the intermediate, what a beauty. Pushing that out for 2 laps on a dry track. Legend. Absolute legend. Taking its sweet time for this track to dry out. Still a little bit wet in places. Should be perfect dry. It's got sunshine baking on it. Oh my gosh, there's no traction control on. Raining. Turn that off. Go away. first turn there on GT7. I think that one. Weird camera, the angle you have to go in at. Stop. Aiden's decided he's going to put his foot down. Aiden is still going though at this pace after this long is insane. Could have been yesterday, what could have been. Hey Sparkles. Again, if you're in that group chat, please thank everybody that allowed me to come back in and do this with you. I will be pulling over at the end for everyone to maintain their actual positions. It's the only fair way. Yeah, Paul, fighting at the front with Scotsman and Sparks when it all went wrong. I think net positions we were quite close. If you take away the P brakes and whatever we did, we were pretty close on actual track. Would have been a great battle at the front because Aiden would have come into play as well because he was flying last night. I was watching until very late. He was pushing. Savage. Hopefully next year I'll have a wheel and a rig and then a camera and you can see my ugly face and facial expressions. Well, nobody wants to really watch when I'm just on a controller. I appreciate the people that do come and stop in, but yeah, as we all know, it adds that extra to it when you've got the camera and the wheel and everything. Cheers, Billy. Appreciate it, mate. Gonna run away at the front here and then pull over at the last lap to let people get back in their actual race positions who were still here. But I appreciate them all giving me permission to come back in with them. It's very nice of them. Appreciate that, Billy. Really do, mate. Yeah, all good, Billy, mate. Thanks for dropping in. Aiden's keeping me honest, though. I know the gap's 13 seconds because he was on the wets, but the gap's not increasing a lot. He's keeping me very honest. Mistake and I'm done. No, it's not Pixie, unfortunately. So yeah, you know, I got kicked out yesterday. Pixie, the lobby for me crashed. I got booted out. We'd done, what, 40, 50 laps? 37, 40 laps. And then unfortunately, for the rest of the guys that they'd done over 24 hours, the lobby crashed just before for them all, one after the other. So, nicely of them, they all let me come back in to finish the race with them, and I'll just pull over at the end so the people that were actually in here can actually race to the end of their respective positions. Oh no, Pixie, I can't believe it, honestly. I was distraught yesterday, mate. Just sat in the games room watching Big Bang Theory and just didn't speak to the wife for a while. Not that it's her fault, but I just didn't want to be bothered, mate. Horrible. I looked forward to this race for weeks since it was announced. Yeah, there will be, mate, yeah. And the guy that's in second behind me, I'm going to let him pass me and everyone anyway, so he's going to take the win, and like he should. He's already been declared the winners when he flagged out just before, so the top three were already declared. This is more just for everyone's own peace of mind that we make this and get to the end. I mean, we could for a laugh. They've already been declared the winners because we weren't coming back. I don't know if there was going to be anybody coming back, but Sparks nicely said he'd come back and host the lobby. I'm in the gravel. Get out of there, you savage. problem is then 75 fuel. Something's happened to Nielsen. write a message to Sparks. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Aiden is flying, but I think he just keeps having a couple of crashes, which is understandable after 25, 26 hours. Uh-oh. Get the lawnmower out. No weather coming in, which looks really good. The clouds don't look great, but there's no weather. joining me for this last little push. Like I said, I appreciate everybody letting me back in after the lobby crash to do it with them. I will be pulling over at the end, so the people who are actually still in the race can maintain their position that they were in. Yep. 20 to go feels like nothing for me, Sparkles, but for these guys, 20 to go must feel like hell at the minute. They're all absolute legends. Thank you for popping in and out, I appreciate it. I don't deserve it, because, you know, well, I didn't do like, what, 2/3 of it, which is annoying. Glad to be here just for this last run. Why I always like exiting wide. Appreciate it, Sparkles, my love, appreciate it. Mercedes. Whoa, Bessie, get up there. Or your four-wheel drive, you can take it. Now, if I was in the Huracan or Mustang or something there, that might not have been so... I'd say that the Huracan's four-wheel drive as well. This car's just got some great stability. It just hates the curbs. One of my GTA guys who are watching, I might do the first look for the Duos event we're starting next week, or I might just post the playlist. I'm not sure yet. Let's see what my wife's saying. I might have to make dinner. Oh, everybody, GT World Finals are on today as well. Some big boys there today as well for the round in Berlin. Wow. Cheers, German Kiwi. Yeah, I had a little connection issue yesterday, but the guys were kind enough to let me join back in after the whole lobby crash, which was nice of them. So I'm a little bit more fresher than the rest, so I will be stopping at the end to let the actual racers who were still in finish how they should have finished. Sparks is having serious fatigue, bless him. Can you imagine? Get up there. That is not where we're supposed to go. Horrible bounce. I don't need it. Hey, Malty. Thanks for dropping in, mate. Thank you, Andy. Appreciate that, mate. Hey, Mr. Bad. Appreciate you guys coming over just to say hello to me. It means a lot that you're here. Just sorry that my Wi-Fi connection decided it was going to have a bad day yesterday. Because the crazy thing in my house is, I'm on a complete different Wi-Fi to my wife, wired in. Downstairs she has her own box, I have my own box upstairs. Yet we're on the same provider with different boxes. My wife's internet never went out downstairs, just mine in the games room. I couldn't believe it. I still have no idea how that's happened. I did post my disconnect video in the 200 lap chat. You can see me just seeing cars at the side of the road, and you just hear me like, no, no, and I knew what was coming. I knew what was coming. When I saw Salty Dan reversing backwards as we were just getting onto the Nürburgring, that's when it hit me. And then Sparks was parked at the side of the road, and so was Scotsman, and I was kicked. But there's always more. There'll always be more events to do for all of us. We're a great community, so I have no doubt that there'll be many more opportunities for myself and others to complete some, which I've completed a fair few with Rory, so can't win them all, can you? You can't get it all your own way all the time. Just technology, that's all it is. They say it's the future, but if we can't keep 16 of us in a lobby together for 30 hours, then it's not that good at the minute, is it? This is where I call polyphony polyphony. It's their fault. Phonies. Enduro karting, that sounds like a lot of fun, Kiwi. I did imagine doing this, Kiwi, but then yeah, the higher powers had different thoughts. You can only imagine what the guys who are actually still here doing it, who didn't lag out, are feeling. Mentally draining and still going, and Aiden's still putting great times down. The mind starts to play tricks on you, I guess. My whole body was broken when I did Rory's Bathurst one, Mount Panorama. That was like 8-9 hours. That was a mission. Hours in a cart. Mate, I've gone karting with the friends before, you know, you have 10-15 minute races for 1.5 hours. My God. Yeah, your backside must be broken. And your back. That's some dedication, mate, to a 1.5 hour stint in a go-kart. I'm going to tell you that now, my God. Not the most comfortable of things, are they, to drive? It's not like you're driving in a Porsche or a Ferrari. Wow. Fair play to you, mate. Yeah, give a little bit extra comfort, but still. Try and push out at 8:52 on the last lap with low fuel. Don't like 6 down there. With the BOP on it, just can't get that extra kick it needs to push it to 6 to create more speed. It just slows down a little. That's a bit deep in there, you silly sausage! Always bruised ribs, right, yeah. Yeah, I hit that wall with a little bit of ferocity. See, I would slow down and actually race with the guys who are in, but their mental capacity level for racing, I just don't want to get in their way or race them if they're not feeling it. I'm not sure that the majority are racing. I think they're just getting through it to get the laps done, which is fair enough. So, well, Aiden's giving it some hell. All right, Aiden, challenge accepted. Yeah, Mr. Badmate, call Darren, I'll call you. Yeah, I think that's the best option. Aiden might be up for a little bit of a go. Yeah, that's what I thought, Kiwi. I thought just get out the way of them and just stop at the last lap so they can all get their positions back. I think it's quite disrespectful to try and go in there and race them when they're in this kind of state. But Aiden looks like he wants a bit of it though. That guy is a savage. Because he was nowhere when we were doing the opening stints yesterday. It was me, Sparks and Scotsman were fairly ahead. but he's just built himself into the race and absolutely flying now, that guy. Props to him for still putting down laps like that at this time of the race, my God. Yeah, mate, he was fine. I mean, yesterday as well, I can tell because I'm not in a racing mode with these guys. I mean, we were knocking out the 55s, 54s yesterday constantly when we could. Mostly sub 9 minutes every lap. Aiden just grew in and away he went, mate. Rapid. Racing because he's bringing the gap down to me, so he is actually giving it. Yeah, you too, German Kiwi, mate. Thank you for stopping in, buddy. I appreciate you taking the time to come say hello. Yeah, Mr. Bad, yeah, 52 yesterday, yeah, I couldn't believe that when he pulled that out. And it wasn't like it was early in the race either. I've friended everybody from this lobby as well. I'd like to be friends with everybody. Seem like very decent human beings, so the kind of people I like to have around me. Yeah, I was hoping that Darren, me Sparks and Scotsman, and looking now at Aiden, yeah, it would have been a very good fight at the front. Vinny also came into play. I couldn't believe it, mate. Disconnecting from third place, chasing first and second. Horrible. Horrible, horrible. Can anybody tell me if they're watching how the Liverpool-Everton game is going? Sky Sports app on my phone going down the street. Not that I'm careful of Everton, I've just got a few players in my fantasy team. Captain. Keep it on the track, you little savage. Come on. Ah, nice, mate. Here he knows. Very nice, mate. Always a place I wanted to go. I got close, mate. I've been to Bali with the wife. We were going to go to Australia, but when you're in Bali, you need to go to Australia for, you know, a couple of weeks. It's so big, you can't just go day trip over. So, I'll get there at some point, mate, in my life. On my bucket list. Sister went and got a camper van and just toured Australia a few years back and just worked at campsites and stuff. Free pitch. Yeah, Aiden's struggling now. He's putting in the fast laps and making some big mistakes up to 46 seconds now. Absolute brutal savage. Let's have a look and see if we can see what score it is. Yeah, she did, mate. Absolutely loved it. Both got money when I was younger from my mum and dad who put money away for us for years. I decided I was going to buy myself a motorbike and she decided she was going to go to Australia and travel. Looking back now, I made the wrong choice, but I love motorbikes. Everton pull a goal back at Liverpool. Okay, so Liverpool definitely must be winning. What the score is though, I can't tell you yet. I'll have a look in a minute. What's the score? 2-1. 2-1 at the minute, okay. Gravenberg and Ekatike. Yeah, 2-1, nice. Ekatike's in my dream team, captain, so he's got me a few points to start with. 81st minute, nice. Crap, look at the road, captain, not the chat. Look at the chat when you can. 81st minute, that's good. Another quick goal for Ekatike would be great for me. Last 9 minutes, whatever, and a push in, that'd be good for the fantasy team. There, Sparks, you've still got 138 people watching. Sparks is in. Sparks okay, he's in at 27% fuel. God, we've done 1 hour and 23 already. Wow. Which means that's going to be 2 hours and 40 for 20 laps, plus another 7. Oh my god, yeah, we've still got a little way to go here. Yeah, brutal. Doesn't look a lot when you're on lap 10 or 27, but then when you realise every lap is 9 minutes average, it's like, yep. Oh, messy. I can't imagine how it must have been for the guys doing it to then stop and try and regain that mental capacity to think we got to go again. It's like when, you know, if you have a fight UFC and it gets stopped for something and then you have to start again for an eye poke or a kick in the nether region, you have to, you know, you kind of get yourself back into it after having a break for a few minutes. It's been mentally draining for them to have to do that. Off on the grass. Oh, it's up to Salty Dan. I know he said he was struggling before this morning when I popped into Sparks' stream, so I think he was a last minute addition as well yesterday. So kudos to him as well for still going, my god. Yeah, I saw in the stream. Oh my god. I nearly didn't make that. Well, that screwed up my lap. I was purple in it. I'm not even going to push it on the next time round. Ada deserves to have that fast lap showing up there. It was fastest yesterday, so I'm saying I could have beat it, but 56.0, 54.6, I probably could have pushed it close, but no, mate, don't worry about it. If I was still in the 200 lapper, mate, and I was a few seconds ahead in first, maybe I'd have said it was your fault. No, I'm joking. Don't you worry, mate. I'll chat away to you all day while doing this. Just trying to channel my inner Valerio Gallo. Goes fast as hell. I've backed Valerio to win today as well. Yeah, no worries, mate. Appreciate you stopping in like yesterday. It means a lot for people to come and say hello to me and see who I am. I don't think the guy that just messaged me there saying that understands what I'm doing, so needs to relax and calm himself down a little bit. Yeah. Who is that guy? No. That guy obviously didn't watch yesterday and realised I was in this race. Sometimes I wonder for humanity. Hamilton out in qualifying. What? Wow. Wow. Are you playing, Dan? Come on, mate, let's go. Good man, Dan. Good man. That turn. absolute passion. Get round. Send it. Not sure, Paul, to be honest. I'm in the party, our party, but no one's joined. Let me just check and see if I am in a party. I am in a party. None of them have joined yet. No idea. 15 to go. No way. That's crazy, Paul. My Ferrari looks strong in practice too. But then again, were they just turning their engines up, or others just, you know, sandbagging? Difficult track though. Always a lot of incidents out of Azerbaijan. Holding up Aiden. Crazy. Doesn't like that curb. No way. hell is that Mercedes? Different corner. He actually crashed. Interesting. Get round there. Keep the gas on. Nobody cares. Whoa! I am the epitome of full send, full time. Drifted round there. Keep a hold of it. Wow. That's good for Norris in the championship if Norris can get up there at the front on the front row and Piastri's crash. But what was Piastri's time? Did he have a good time? Or was he at the back at the 10th? Cheers, Paul. What a name this guy's got, Reprobates. I think I know your brother masturbates. Wow. I don't care if we're in wide there, we're not racing for nothing. Read that. I'll have to watch it on YouTube in a bit. Sounds like it's quite an eventful qualifying, which means the race should be very good tomorrow. I'd be surprised if everyone finishes that race tomorrow. I guarantee that Stroll will go into the wall tomorrow. If that guy's dad didn't own the team, he'd be nowhere near F1. God, he's bad. Exactly, Paul. I don't doubt he's got some ability, you know. He is a good driver, but he's not an F1 driver. He might do okay in IndyCar or something in America, but he's been here 3-4 years too long, in my opinion, in F1. Oh, God. Oh, God. Everyone deserves a chance to, you know, and to get there, but... Yeah, exactly, Paul. Wouldn't be there if not for Daddy. Exactly. And if his dad has ambitions to be world champions like he said he would, he's got to get rid of Stroll. Alonso, another great driver, and Adrian Newey. You're looking good. Just give Adrian Newey a little bit of time to get this car into shape for next year, and I think Aston will surprise a few people, but not if Stroll's driving. You can't win a Constructors with just one good driver. As was shown with Checo and Max. McLaren and Ferrari beat them. Right, so we're just over halfway there now at 2 hours, so we've got another 2 hours to go still. Another 2 hours to go. Jeez. Yeah, mate, that guy's a genius. Greatest engineer, car builder, designer F1's ever seen, in my opinion. The amount of titles that guy has under his belt is unbelievable. So we've got 2 hours to go, so this race is going to finish around 10 to 5. Maybe 5 o'clock, given that the last lap will be a parade lap. Oh my God. Paul thinking he's in a Fast and Furious film, and the lights look looks across 83-year-old grandma in a 1.1 Vauxhall Corsa. Like, let's go. Is the weather coming in? No. We're okay, we look okay. Don't look too bad. We need to take the washing out. Oh no! I got around there third, didn't sound right. Savage. Right, 6.5 laps to pit. I'm gonna have to auto drive down the straight through a tinkle, I think. Yep, can't concentrate because I need to wee. I need to go for a pee, guys. Yeah, I wouldn't have done that, guys, who were racing yesterday. I actually went to the pits when I needed the toilet, but because there's nothing happening, it's just get it round. I'd auto drive like that down the straight, but it's not what I would normally do. Sparks, is he on the Grand Prix circuit here? Right where he is, he's there. Should I crash into Sparks when I see him when I get to the Nordschleife bit? He's in that view. I'm gonna absolutely ruin Sparks. Tell him to be prepared. I'm about to ruin him. Let me just watch this. Sparks was invisible, but I think he questioned what I was doing when I went past him there. Awesome. Oh, Aiden's having problems with his G29 wheel. That sucks, it's overheating. I mean, it's been 30 hours. That's tough. That's tough. I definitely need to race with that guy again. He is crazy quick. You can always learn from people faster than you.